9.9 FM in Grand Cayman and 93.9 Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. My wish for you, our valued listeners, this Christmas is that the season will be filled with special moments with family and friends to bring you joy, memories to last a lifetime, and love to warm your hearts. Merry Christmas!
And now, Radio Cayman presents The Business Buzz, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. This is where we address the business topics that matter. Radio Cayman's Business Buzz. Here's your host, Anita Khan.
Good morning. Welcome to Radio Cayman's Business Buzz. Today is Tuesday, December 6th. It's a beautiful day on the outside. Looking pretty good here on the inside, too. We've got lots of goodies in front of me. Want to say good morning to all our listeners, our YouTube viewers. Of course, the producer of The Buzz, Miss Susan Watson. Susan is in the studio holding it down this morning. Thank you, Susan. And, of course, we have a guest in the studio. This morning on The Buzz, we have two segments. On the first segment, we'll feature Pure Art Gallery and Gifts. And on the second segment, after the news break, we'll come back with Proven Bank. But in the meantime, it's an exciting Tuesday morning. Tuesday morning, it's Taco Tuesday. Each Tuesday morning, we have a treat for our listeners because it's Taco Tuesday, we are giving away a gift certificate to Tucker Restaurant and Bar every Tuesday morning. Now, I want to ask our guest in the studio, who doesn't love 2-for-1 tacos and margaritas? She's shaking her head. No, all you have to do is listen to the trivia question and be the lucky caller with the correct answer when we pick our winner after the 8 a.m. news. Please don't call me now. What I'll do is I'll give you the question and a hint. A hint comes with this, of course. We make it easy. And one winner will receive that gift certificate to Tucker Restaurant. You can use it either in East End or the West Bay location, both beautiful locations. And you can use that any day, not just on Taco Tuesdays. And since it's Taco Tuesday, you don't want to miss out on the 2-for-1 tacos and margaritas special. It's on all day long, both Tucker locations. And they're featuring specialty tacos like peanut chicken, blackened fish, pulled pork, vegetarian, and coconut shrimp. So before I forget, let me give you that trivia. Now, some of us, including myself, I'm guilty of this, have World Cup fever. So today our trivia is World Cup based. Here goes. There are two countries that qualified for the 2022 FIFA World Cup after decades, specifically 36 and 64 years of missing the football tournament. Now, all you have to do is name one of those countries. I'll give you a hint. Sorry. Both countries were knocked out in the first round. Stay tuned and call us after the 8 o'clock news. Don't call me now. Don't call Susan now. Call us on 1-800-534-8255, 949-8037. or 949-6990. That's toll-free number again, 1-800-534-8255. Now, let's turn our focus on our guest in the studio this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. It's great to be here.
Good to be here. That's a beautiful voice of Mrs. Debbie Vanderbilt. Debbie, it's always nice to have you in the studio, especially come Christmas.
Yes, it's a pleasure.
Because you always have goodies.
Yes.
Now, Pure Art Gallery and Gifts. You've been around for a while, Debbie. Now, can you give us some of the historical aspects on the Pure Art Gallery and Gifts journey?
Oh, sure. My pleasure. Yeah, actually, in November, it was over 35 years that we've been open.
Congratulations.
Thank you. In our Cayman Cottage on South Church Street. And all that time, I've been one of the artists as well as all the other local artists. And then we supplement with, island gifts or local gifts, also by local artisans. So it's been great. The house itself is a family home that was moved from Georgetown, over 60 years ago now. So the house was saved and put together where it is now. So I invite people to come in and look at it. It's great to see the old mahogany floors and the high baseboards and tongue and groove. So we love it. We love it there at Pure Art.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful house. I have to tell you that.
Thanks.
Now, so you've been painting how long, Debbie? How long you've been doing this craft?
Well, I've really been doing it since about 4th grade. I went to Cleveland Art Museum in Cleveland when we lived in the States, when my mom sent me there for sketching, and so I've always loved to draw. And in Cayman, I've done it since the day I set foot on it, and that's why I really stayed and love living here. Is the art, the color, the culture, the people, and it's just been fabulous. So. You can see I brought in a few of my recent paintings.
I'm looking at them and I love them. Susan, did you have a look at some of these? Yes, I got a thumbs up from Susan.
Yes.
Now, what best describes the art gallery, Debbie?
Well, it really is focusing on local art and gifts. It's gallery and gifts. So a lot of people think we're only art. And even Caymanians come in the first time and they're like, oh, I didn't know you had so much jewelry or house gifts or baskets or whatever. And so in that regard, we'd certainly invite people to stop who've never come. And really to take this opportunity to thank everyone who all these years have supported and loved us, because it's just been great.
I have to warn them when they come out there, Debbie. Make sure you have enough time, because trust me, once you step through the doors, you will not leave. You'll spend at least 2 or 3 hours just browsing and just enjoying the crafts, just the awesome artwork, especially in the gallery.
Absolutely. Thank you. Yeah, it's been great. I mean, you can come in and browse if you're, say, traveling and you want to take gifts off, or if you have people visiting, they love to come in because you can experience the island through its art, which is great.
Now, you've been living here for a while, right, Debbie?
Oh, yeah, quite a few years.
I guess you know all the best spots to go and just sit. Do you actually go out and work outdoors?
Sometimes I do sketch, but you know, with the heat, you really have to do it early. Some of the pieces in front of me are the old time that I've done, and actually I've come in to talk about too my little calendar. It's my 10th year. It's a desk calendar featuring my Cayman art. And you can see the bluff of Cayman Brac before, way back when it had the dirt road, when there were palm trees along the shore before Ivan of East Ends with the fishing nets drying. I've got the blue wave down in South Sound, how they pull that up, So some of and Miss Dorothy's house in South Sound, just a few of what's in this year's calendar. I thought it'd be fun to show that I do paint bigger, and then they're reduced in size to fit the format of the little calendar.
So are these prints?
These are originals, and then I printed to do the calendar. Yeah, so these are the original ink and watercolors.
These are the originals sitting in front of me.
Yeah.
Very nice. Can I just look at one?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
That's South Sound with the blue wave.
Oh.
And
the blue wave is a boat.
Yes.
Oh.
The boat is a fishing boat. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I love it. Love it. And these are all watercolors.
Yes. First I do ink, and then I paint with watercolor, and it sort of captures the sunny colors of Cayman. I love that.
So, Debbie, what have you been up to lately?
Well, I suppose the news is that I am painting a lot, and even just doing these calendars, I want to paint so much more. So as a retailer, I'm retiring. I'm going to...
You're retiring?
Yes, I'm going to retire in January.
Debbie does not retire.
From retail.
From retail.
I will.
Okay.
I've been there a lot of years, and I will say that the business is to continue turnkey with the lease. So, it's meant to, as me as one of the artists, the many artists we represent at Pure Art. So at the moment, I'm actually training the new owner. So I've sold, and my son has sold, and it's serendipitous because I love it so much. I could do it another 20 years, but I have 2 little grandsons that I want to spend more time with, and there's paintings to be painted. And I thought, well, it's about time to, pass it on to someone who has some really good, fresh ideas, and it should continue. So that's the big news right
So
now.
may I ask you, will the new owners continue in the same trend, or do they have different ideas they want to bring to the gallery?
Well, that's the plan, except they do plan to open it up a little in the back, which will be lovely. There should be a little more room, which we don't currently use as gallery space, where she could have like one-person shows or do focus art. So really, come the new year, it will expand a little, which I think is great, because that's something I'd always hoped of doing too, and the timing will be right to do that,
Should expand a little bit.
Yeah.
Or just buy the property next door.
Well, I don't think my brother-in-law wants to move out.
I used to live in that house,
Did you? Oh, so many people I know, used to
When I
live
first
there.
came to Cayman,
Yeah, Bendel lived there, Bendel
Right,
Heights, as
right.
did Mark Rice. Quite a few people lived in that little, like artists too, which is
Actually, I
interesting.
shared with I forgot her name now. She since passed away.
Oh, Susie.
Susie,
Yes,
that's
of
right.
course.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
So
oh,
it's like,
bless her.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's like-
for sure.
So your place is like home to me as well.
Yes, I can see that.
But you're gonna miss this, Debbie.
Oh, I'm gonna miss it so. I'll miss the people so much.
We're gonna miss seeing you too.
Oh, thank you.
Because you're always so helpful and knowledgeable. What are we gonna do
thanks.
without you?
Well, I'm hopefully training well that, and it's someone who is, actually, I can say it's Maria Tompak. So
Okay,
Maria's will pass, continue and keep going, and her husband have bought the business, and
She's an artist as well.
no, but she's very artistic, and she's always shopped at Pure Art, and I can see even how she puts things together, so I think it's a good match, And
Pure Art Gallery is in good hands.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I'm just here to sort of break the news, but also just to say thank you.
We're glad that we can break the news, that you can do it here. Right, Susan? Yeah. I'm happy about that.
Yeah, of course. Well, you guys, every year I really enjoy coming in and sharing new items and what I've been doing as an artist. And, I hope that'll continue. I'll continue with the calendar. And I'll, like recently I did a coloring book. And it's for all ages. It's not just for kids. Adults are buying it.
Oh,
and
you
having,
serious? Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's,
That's the one you have over there in your hand?
Yeah.
Okay.
For instance, here's Rum Point, and there's the house. Well, it covers the Brack, Little Cayman, and Grand Cayman. And it's just, line drawing. So it's fun for everybody.
So I can color it and keep it and say, look, this is what I've done.
Yeah.
I'm artistic. Okay.
Exactly. I hope you can color it when you're 3 and it'll be all out of the lines. And then color it when you're 7 and say, oh, look what I've done.
I can still keep it between the lines.
Or 70.
Between the lines.
Yeah.
If you're just joining us, you're listening to The Business Buzz. We have our first guest in the studio this morning, Mrs. Debbie Vanderbilt. She is the current owner, but can I say current still?
No, it's sold.
It's sold.
Yeah.
Sold. It's
Yeah.
done and dusted.
Yes.
Okay, she's on. Well, this will be the last time you'll be in The Business Buzz for at least for this company.
Yes.
Well, we're happy to say farewell, but we're glad that you can say farewell here on The Business Buzz to our listeners and to, of course, your clients through the years. Thanks to our sponsors of The Business Buzz this morning, Cayman Insurance Center and Cayman Medical Supplies. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue our discussion with Debbie. But before I go, I want to remind you of Taco Tuesday and the opportunity to win a gift certificate to enjoy some meal over at Tucker Restaurant and Bar. So if you're just joining us, you've missed the trivia. Let me remind you what it is. There are 2 countries that qualified for the 2022 FIFA World Cup after decades, specifically 36 and 64 years of missing the tournament. Name one of those countries, and I have a hint for you. Both countries were knocked out in the first round. Stay tuned. Give us a call after the 8 o'clock news on 1-800-534-8255, 949-8037, or 949-6990 if you know the answer.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
Land ownership, like many societies, has been extremely important to the Cayman Islands. Outside of the land grants of 1735 to 1742, the traditional Caymanian method of acquiring land ownership was to claim, mark, work, and build on any unused tract of land. Although the informal system worked well in the earlier days, a more robust system was put into place, which would be to everyone's best interest. The Land Registration Act passed in September 1850, and an official registrar of lands was appointed. Former slaves were able to obtain title to their homes, and larger landowners obtained stronger titles, which permitted them to profit by selling surplus land. The system seems to have worked almost too well, as concerns regarding land ownership became virtually obsolete, and the relatively modest population size did not deplete land resources or create a competitive market. It would not be until 1960 that the land registrations would undergo significant change in order to keep pace with the influence of modern development.
Since 1993, Rotary Central has worked diligently each year to provide quality bus shelters to our community. A traveling convenience to our school children, the elderly, young people going to work, guest workers, and visitors using the public bus. We, Rotary Central, help you, our advertisers, make it happen. Your marketing dollar travels a far way, positioning your message, your product, your services, your presence in over 83 bus shelters. Every dollar you spend, every advert you place helps to build another bus shelter, providing modest comfort for Cayman travelers. Reserve space now on the only billboard medium in the Cayman Islands. Email rotaryshelters@gmail.com. rotaryshelters@gmail.com. The Bus Shelters, a partner in community convenience. Another inspiration program by Rotary Central Cayman Islands.
Radio Cayman's Historical Vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
Homeowners, protecting your family and property is crucial during the season, and you should always assess insurance needs long before a storm makes landfall. Most insurers won't issue policies when a storm is imminent. Cayman Insurance Center's team of professionals can help owners like you find the most comprehensive coverage and competitive rates. Call Michael Webster today at 925-5433 or Denise Brown at 814-7229. Don't take chances with your family's future or your valuable assets. Call Michael and Denise today at Cayman Insurance Center.
Oh gosh.
Don't let the stress of taking care of loved ones get you down.
Home care, now made easier with Cayman Medical Supplies. 100% Caymanian owned. Cayman Medical Supplies now stocks a wide range of home care supplies. Hospital beds, all types of wheelchairs, including beach access wheelchairs, lifts, commodes, shower chairs, walkers, Curad brand orthopedic supplies. Free blood glucose monitors with the purchase of 1 pack of test strips, blue underpads, and a whole lot more.
Need home care convenience? Drop by Cayman Medical Supplies at 93 Smith Road, Windward Center, or call 949-6211. Free delivery.
Open 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Still delivering island-wide for your convenience.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
Good morning and welcome back to the Business Buzz. If you're just joining us, we're taking you up to 8 o'clock in the first segment. We have our first guest in the studio, Mrs. Debbie Vanderbilt. Debbie is, I have to say, former owner of Pure Art Gallery and Gifts, which is located on 5 Denham Thompson Way on South Church Street. She broke the news this morning that she has sold the business, and broke my heart here, but we're looking forward to supporting the new owner and, continue with the supporting the local artists as well on the island. Now, Debbie, you have here with you, you brought this morning some coasters. All these items are available at Pure Art Gallery and Gifts for sale. Now, tell us a little bit more about the other goodies that you have at Pure Art Gallery.
Yeah, not just mine. You know, I have my coasters and other artists, local artists. We do have a Cayman Christmas Corner, which is in full swing right now, which is great fun with ornaments and all kind of goodies.
But you always have that during the year.
We do. It expands at Christmas, but you're so right. One of my things I introduced during COVID times were the African baskets, and those are lovely. So, you know, there's things from off the island, like the big baskets, which are really lovely. And, you know, there's books that are local. We always have new things. I can say that. It's almost daily. We're checking in new items of the Cayman Islands. So it's a good place to come for everything from a stocking stuffer to a very important corporate gift. You know, we have Caymanite sculptures, and there's just so much. We have Caymanite ornaments this year, and little conch Grand Cayman ornaments carved. They're just lovely. So a lot of little variety. I love it.
Now, you have the coasters. What's the price for the coasters?
Yeah, the coasters are very reasonable. It's a set of 4 for 28 CI.
Okay.
And a lot of people actually use them as stocking stuffers, in addition to giving a set or buying them for themselves. You know, there's 4, so you can, if you're doing gift bags, put 1 coaster in every bag, you know, along with, say, a mug and coffee or little Cayman gifts. But this one really says my sentiment. It's Cayman, our paradise of choice.
Nice.
And then it's got a picture of the beach, and, you know, it is our paradise, you know. So
I remember back in the days, Debbie, you used to make the bigger ones, sort of napkin size, placemat size.
Yeah,
do you still do that?
Yeah, and in fact, come the new year when I can paint more, I will look forward to. Right now, I have 2 placemat sets of 2 designs, and I would like to do 2 more, and that way, and do 2 more designs of my coasters. So I'll have some new things coming up next year, which will be really nice.
So right now, the napkins, the placemats, do you have the coasters to match those as well?
Yes, they coordinate.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I have some of those.
Yeah.
From way back when.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is wipe them.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, they're very, very fun, you know. They're fun. And of course, again, the calendars, I have at Pure Art, one of our wildlife photographers, a wall calendar, and mine is a desk calendar. And in fact, it's so fun. It's 10 years, and I get requests from all over the world. Like, we're sending one tomorrow off to England, and she's bought hers for about 8 years now.
Oh, my.
And so people keep rebuying it. It means a lot to have our art going all over the whole world, you know. And I hope everyone enjoys it. They sometimes frame the little calendars once the year's over, or use them as notes. But, you know, every month they say they enjoy flipping it and seeing that new scene of the Cayman Islands.
Oh. Debbie, how does consignment work at Pure Art Gallery, especially when it comes to artwork?
Well, it's very simple. The artists the artists we work with, we know if it's a new artist, they really need to make an appointment, you know, not just walk in and have a portfolio ready of photos you can email, and then they're reviewed so that it's something that's different enough from what we carry, but of high quality, the right materials, etc. And then when something sells, the next month the artist is paid. So we get a percentage, and then they get their percentage, of course, as an artist. And that's the way on consignment we can have that much stock. And thank God for the computer, because otherwise it's a lot of work. With the computer,
How
it's
did
very...
you manage before, you know?
Oh, a calculator and sitting there after work every day. But now it's all point of sales, and it's a wonderful system. Yes.
Thank God for point of sale. Now, what factors contribute to the value and the cost of a piece of artwork?
Well, that is pricing art is difficult. If you're an established artist, then you have a little more leeway with your prices because you have a history with what you've sold. So in that regard, you can never really price art by size. You know, it's the total finished product. And some artists who's well known might do a quick study, and it might sell for a lot less than a piece that they really spent time on. So we do help the artist pricing, but it is the artist that sets the prices. You know, they have to be happy with what they get, and also of the value of what they put in, their time. Of course, artists say, oh yeah, I trained all my life to paint this painting. And that's true, because it's not something, that you can just sit down and do. As an artist, you're really skilled. And really, I thank my artists so much for all these years of their support. Some artists have been with me from the very beginning. We still work with Joanne Sibley, and she was with me from day one.
I love Miss Joanne. We work together.
Yeah, she's one. And they, like Chaba, we were the first artist to represent him. And it's just exciting to have really good relationships with, and our new artists. There's a lot of new artists, so it's really great.
Because whenever I see watercolor, I see a piece like this, I think Joanne.
Oh yeah.
Because she's an interior designer by profession.
Yes.
And she her renderings were always done, using watercolors and all of that. So whenever I see, I'm like, I know. I didn't have to see her name at the bottom, her signature. I knew exactly, and I'm thinking, I'm getting to know yours as well.
Oh, thank you very much.
You can just look at it. I'm like, oh, that's Debbie's. That's a piece by Debbie.
Oh,
we're going to see more of those pieces, bigger pieces, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, yes, I do actually work with oils and acrylics on canvas, and I've done some large pieces and pastels over the years. So I look forward to doing more of those as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Debbie, we know what's in the future for you. We know basically what's in the future for Pure Art Gallery and Gifts, and hopefully before you exit stage right, you'll come back on the Business Buzz, bring the new in with you, and we can see a very, very warm welcome to Maria and a lovely farewell to you.
Oh, thank you. It'd be my
pleasure. Are you? How do you feel about actually leaving the business, handing it your baby? This is you've grown with this. This is your baby. How do you feel? You can tell me the truth.
Yeah, no, I feel confident that this is the right time because I feel so ready to paint more. And then I do have 2 grandsons, and my son is up north also. So I will be able to spend more time with them that I don't have right now. And it means a lot to me to have that, especially when they're young. You have to really bond. So I need that. And I will be, in Cayman a lot as well. I'll probably be seeing people more when I retire because I'll have free time,
You would know what to do with all our free time, Debbie.
Yes.
No, while you've been doing this for all these years, giving back to the community, in what ways does in what Pure Art, what ways do they give back to the community?
Well, art is for auctions, silent auctions and things. When we can, we've always donated for so many causes. Even with the homes, with them fixing up them, we were able to donate light switches when they finished one of their recent homes. We love the dogs and one dog at a time, and so we really do little donations when we can. And over the years, I'm certain it's really added up to help the community. That's the way we can. We are a small business, but we'll ask the artists, and they'll occasionally can donate with us, and we have prints that we donate. But it is a symbiotic relationship. So it's that we can give to the community that gives us so much.
Okay. So just to recap, Debbie, tell our listeners what you have out here for Christmas.
Sure. Thank you. Cayman coasters and placemats for Christmas gifts or stocking stuffers or gift bags. We have the Cayman, my coloring book, The Cayman Islands, which I did, which is a fun gift for all ages. And, of course, the calendar, which really it is as long as they last. They usually, come and get them. We sell them in a case so they can stand up. You can buy the refill. So the case is $15. The refills are $12. And recently someone said, oh, that's too inexpensive. That's the cost of a head of lettuce. And they paid me twice the amount.
You're kidding.
No, I kid you not. So I was like, oh, okay. So they are a great deal.
So what's some contact details for Pure Art?
Yeah, at Pure Art, it's a new email. It's info@pureart.ky. So it is a new email with Maria. But our number's the same. It's 949-9133. And we're there on South Church Street in Denham Thompson. Open 9 to 5 through the holidays, except for Sundays.
Okay. Debbie, I want to say thank you so much for being in the studio with us this morning.
Thank
and
you.
Wish you well over the holidays. God's willing, we'll see you back in January right here.
Thank you,
on
Anita.
the Business Buzz.
Thank you all.
Thank you, and welcome to the new owner, Maria. Thanks to our sponsors of Business Buzz this morning, Cayman Insurance Center and Cayman Medical Supplies. We're going to take a quick break for the news, and when we come back, don't forget, then you can call me on 1-800-534-8255, 949-8037, or 949-6990 if you know the trivia. The answer to our trivia, thanks to Tuka Restaurant, giving away a gift certificate. All you have to do is play, call, and with the correct answer. It's Taco Tuesday special, 2-for-1 tacos and margaritas all day long. Both locations, Tuka Restaurant, East End and West Bay. Now, before we take that quick break, trivia. There are 2 countries that qualified for the 2022 FIFA World Cup after decades, specifically 66 and 64 years. 36 and 64 years of missing the football tournament. Name just one of those countries. If you know both, good for you. You don't get a second gift. Same prize. But both countries, this is your hint, both countries were knocked out in the first round.
Thank you, Anita. And studio time now by Foster's is 8:01.
It's a twice as nice Christmas at Foster's.
And this year, you could win $10K of free groceries.
To enter, just purchase any 2 specially marked products at any Foster's supermarket location or shop online with Foster's Go.
We have over $30,000 in prizes and donations to give away.
To win and give this Christmas, go to fosters.ky/twice as nice.
Thanks to Coca-Cola, Tortuga, Sun City, New Bridge, and Two's Company. It's always a twice as nice Christmas at Foster's.
The voice of the Cayman Islands.
89.9 FM in Grand Cayman and 93.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman.
Silver wings shining in the sunlight.
Radio Cayman.
The 8 a.m. news brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
With your latest news, I'm Karsley Fuller. Deputy Governor and Head of the Civil Service, the Honorable Franz Manderson, has issued an administrative circular to all civil servants to guide their activities and decision-making during a period of, quote, election sensitivity. Radio Cayman's April Cummings has more.
The Deputy Governor's administrative circular has been formally supported by the Cabinet with their approval for the circular to be gazetted and extended to statutory authorities and government-owned companies, SAGCs, as well as the civil service. A POES, or period of election sensitivity, begins at the time that Parliament is dissolved and lasts until a new government is sworn in, which is approximately 2 months. The administrative circular is intended to promote adherence to public service values, empower public servants to continue to serve the public and the government of the day during a POES, as well as reduce any uncertainty as to what they should or should not do during such periods. The guidance, along with a list of frequently asked questions, addresses things like who's in charge during a POES and whether it's okay to hire personnel during these periods. April Cummings, Radio Cayman News.
Cayman's COVID-related death figure moves to 36 after the passing of a patient on Saturday. The Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Nick Gent, is continuing to stress the importance of the vaccination and the booster doses, especially amongst the elderly and immunocompromised. The patient reportedly suffered from several comorbidities. The COVID-19 Moderna and Pfizer boosters are now available, and the full vaccination schedule for the COVID-19 Fall Booster Program can be found at hsa.ky. Getting the community to talk about gender-based violence is at the heart of tonight's event at Georgetown Public Library.
The public is invited to join us to view a short Caribbean-produced film on gender-based violence, followed by a discussion about GBV, including what it is, who is most affected, what is currently available to address the issue, and what still needs to be done to create safer spaces and provide better protection against violence for all persons in our community.
Aaron Kaufman is a junior policy analyst with the Gender Affairs Unit. He says having this conversation now during 16 days of activism against gender-based violence is of particular importance.
Whilst discussions like these are important all throughout the year, we wish to invite persons to use this occasion to come together in a united stance. Talking about gender-based violence, accepting the harsh truths and realities, and not shying away is an important step in honoring the experiences of survivors and opening the door for more persons to share their stories and get the help that they need.
The event is from 6 to 7:30 p.m. at the Georgetown Public Library tonight. Now for a check of international news, here's the BBC, which will take us out of the newscast. I'm Karsley Fuller from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
BBC News with Jerry Smith. Campaigners have criticised Indonesia's new criminal code, which bans sex before marriage. The reforms will come into force in 3 years' time. They also increase the punishment for blasphemy and outlaw insulting the president. Critics say the measures undermine human rights. China's leader Xi Jinping has praised his predecessor Jiang Zemin, who died last week, for having the courage to make bold decisions. Mr. Xi was speaking at a memorial service in Beijing. The broadcaster Al Jazeera has filed a case against Israeli forces at the International Criminal Court over the killing of its correspondent Shireen Abu Akleh. The Israeli army has admitted that its soldiers probably shot her in May, but called the journalist's death unintentional. Russian media have reported more drone attacks on fuel storage facilities far from the Ukrainian border. Video from the Russian region of Kursk shows smoke billowing from a fuel tank at an airfield. A German court has handed prison sentences to 4 men for operating a website featuring explicit content of child sex abuse. The men ran a platform that was shut down last year. It was thought to be the largest such site in the world. Polls have opened in the U.S. state of Georgia, where a Senate runoff election is taking place. Voters are choosing between the Democrat Raphael Warnock and the Republican challenger Herschel Walker. More than 80 members of kidnapping gangs in Niger have handed over their weapons as part of a government amnesty. They're expected to be given training in vocational skills. And the England rugby union coach Eddie Jones has been sacked 9 months before the Men's World Cup. He ran the team for 7 years but suffered a poor run of form. BBC News.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com. Did you know that ValueMed Pharmacy has a free online prescription service? Managing your health and medical requirements has never been easier with ValueMed. Simply visit value-medpharmacy.com. That's VALU-medpharmacy.com and click the Refill Prescriptions tab on our website. Fill in the information for new prescriptions or refills and choose your preferred pickup location. ValueMed on Walker's Road or Boddentown. Then bring in your original prescription from your doctor when picking up. There's no need to stand in line and wait for your prescription. Save time and pick up prescriptions at your convenience by visiting value-medpharmacy.com. That's VALU-medpharmacy.com.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman for the latest in news and information.
Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Download the Radio Cayman app or log on to our website, www.radiocayman.gov.ky.
Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
Tune in every Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. for Radio Cayman's Midday Newscast. Radio Cayman, the People's Station, your trusted official source for the latest news. The 12 p.m. news is proudly brought to you by Health City Cayman Islands. World-class healthcare within your reach.
Your Radio Cayman 6 p.m. news, Monday through Friday, is brought to you by Logic, your life connected. The 8:12 a.m. weather report, brought to you by CG Britcade, where people come first.
Mommy, why can't dogs talk? Why do I have to go to school and you don't? Why do you sing in the morning when you're bad at it? Why don't you brush your teeth when you take me to school? Why doesn't it ever snow here? Why does Daddy take the bus to work? Why are trees so tall? Why don't you tell me where babies come from? Mommy, Mommy, Mommy!
We're like a kid that doesn't ask a million questions before noon. CG Brit-K. Good like that.
Good morning. Let's take a look at the very latest weather report. Current temperature is 81 degrees. Relative humidity is 70%. The barometric pressure is 30.00 inches and rising. The wind is out of the east-northeast at 9 knots. Overnight low temperature was 78 degrees. Synopsis indicate fresh northeasterly winds along with rough seas expected across the Cayman area for the next few days as a strong high-pressure system builds over the southeastern United States. Radar images show isolated showers around the Cayman area, which are drifting towards the southwest. Now, the forecast for today calling for partly cloudy skies with a 20% chance of showers. Temperatures will rise to the upper 80s today. Winds will be east to northeast at 15 to 20 knots, and seas will be rough with wave heights of 4 to 6 feet. Small craft warning is in effect, and all small craft should remain in safe harbor for today and tonight as well. The forecast for tonight calling for partly cloudy skies with a 20% chance of showers and temperatures dipping to the mid-70s tonight. Winds will be east to northeast at 15 to 20 knots with higher gusts, and seas will be rough with wave heights of 5 to 7 feet. Today's high tide will occur this morning at 9:13, low tide this afternoon at 3:21, and a high tide again tonight at 8:13. The sun will set this evening at 5:46 and will rise tomorrow morning at 6:47. And the outlook is calling for similar weather conditions through Thursday evening as the strong high-pressure system moves across the southeastern United States and over the western Atlantic Ocean. That's the very latest on your weather report.
The 8:12 a.m. weather report brought to you by CG Brit-K, where people come first.
Hi, my AC just went out and I need someone to come fix it.
I'm sorry, we're closed.
Okay, what about tomorrow?
We're only open on Thursday. And we're fully booked.
Have anything next week?
No.
Okay, when can you send someone out?
The 22nd is open.
I'll take it.
Of December 2023.
With the best medical cover for your dollar, we're like an AC technician who isn't too busy for you. CG Brit-K. Good like that.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
Good morning once again. Let's take a look this time at traffic. Traffic is busy coming from the east on Shamrock Road and coming off of Rex Creighton Boulevard. Steady traffic, and on the Linford Pearson Highway, traffic is busy. Busy traffic on Cool Road heading to Georgetown. Lots of patience needed this morning as you head on down to Georgetown. And slow-moving traffic on Walker's Road to Georgetown. And coming off of the Esley Tibbetts Highway, traffic also busy. And continuing on to North Sound Road, traffic is steady in both directions, especially on the West Bay Road, especially in front of the Ritz. And coming from the West Bay four-way stop, moderate flow of traffic. And traffic is busy coming off of Bobby Thompson Way and steady traffic off of Agnes Way. Into Georgetown on Shedden Road, not looking too bad. Out of Georgetown on Shedden Road, flowing moderately. And Edward Street, light to moderate traffic flow. Owen Roberts Drive, traffic is light to moderate. And Godfrey Nixon Way and Eastern Avenue, traffic moderate in both directions. That's what's happening on your roads. Join us again at about 10 minutes after 12 o'clock. We'll give you another traffic report. Remember, click it or ticket.
When you're craving something big, something tasty that gives you that lip-smacking satisfaction, something that hits the spot, there is nothing better than a footlong from Subway.
It's pretty tasty.
Filling and full of flavor. Try our new sweet onion steak teriyaki with a twist. Or the classic chicken teriyaki. Top it with green pepper, onions, cheese, and that sweet onion teriyaki sauce, all piled on your favorite artisanal bread. Satisfy that craving with a footlong from Subway.
Fresh, delicious, tasty, meaty.
Let's make it a meal with a drink, chips, and cookies. There is nothing better than a footlong from Subway.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
Anita Khan.
Good morning. Welcome back to the Business Buzz. This is our second and final segment for this morning. It's 15 minutes after 8 o'clock. We have just one guest in the studio. But before we put our focus on that business, we have other business to take care of. It's Taco Tuesday, and who does not like taco? I love tacos. Tacos and margaritas, 2-for-1 tacos and margaritas all day long. And this is happening at Tuca Restaurant and Bar, both locations, East End and West Bay in Morgan's Harbor. All you have to do is call me right now and tell me the answer to this trivia. There are two countries that qualified for the 2022 FIFA World Cup. And this has been after decades, specifically going back 36 years and 64 years of missing the football tournament. Now, all you have to do is call me and name one of those countries. If you know both countries, just let me know. It's not going to give you another gift certificate. The second one is just one gift certificate today, okay? Susan, we have a caller? Oh, we have a caller. Caller, good morning.
Morning. Is it USA?
No.
USA and Australia?
No, I'm sorry. Can you try again? Okay, Susan, we have another caller? No other callers on the line? Let's see. Susan picked up. I think we have a caller. But while we're waiting for that caller, I want to say good morning to our guest, Mr. Ben Freeman. Ben is the CEO of Proven Bank. We're going to get to all things banking in just a minute. Susan? No? Oh, we have a call. Caller, good morning.
Hi, Anita.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
Good. Is Morocco one of the two countries?
No.
Oh.
Morocco's playing. I think they're playing today. Morocco's playing today. They're playing Spain today, I think. Come on.
I misunderstood the question, though, because I thought you just said who's back this year.
Yeah, they qualified. They've qualified. They have not qualified. They have not qualified. Wait a minute. They were knocked out. So, no, it's not Morocco. Definitely. Morocco is still playing, so it's definitely not Morocco. But let me repeat the question. There are two countries that qualified for the 2022 FIFA World Cup, and they've qualified after decades of trying. And specifically, 36 years ago was the last time they played, and 64 years ago. Can you imagine that? 64 years and 36 years of missing the World Cup. Now, all you have to do is name one of those countries that missed the World Cup during that time. And like I said, your hint is both countries were knocked out in the first round. So you can try again, all right? Thanks for calling. Ben, you having fun with this? Are you a football fan?
I like football, but I'm not a huge fan. But I think Google would be helpful.
I know. I give the question from 7:30 this morning. That is why we gave it so early. You know what I mean? So we have a caller. Caller, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
And you have the correct answer, right?
I hope so.
Okay, give it to me.
Qatar and Saudi Arabia.
No, they went home early, but they have qualified over the years. Okay, so let me. We have another call, Susan. Okay, caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Not bad. How are you, Mom?
I am good. It's a familiar voice, but do you have an answer to the trivia today?
I'm gonna try. What's that? I had it in my head. Latvia? Yeah.
Can you repeat that for me?
Is it Latvia?
No, not Latvia. No. Come on, you guys can Google this, okay? I mean, that's another hint, all right? Second hint. Google this, okay?
It's a northern African country, and it's on the tip of my tongue, to be honest. But
no, but it's not the correct answer. Try again, okay? Thank you so much for trying. Caller, good morning. Good morning.
Is it Canada?
Yes! Yes! After 36 years, they qualified. Congratulations. Who is this?
My name is Kelly.
Kelly?
Yes.
Okay, Susan will take your details, okay? Thank you so much for calling and for winning this morning.
Thank you.
He's hoping you enjoy your gift certificate, compliments of Tucker Restaurant and Bar and Tucker. Susan reminds me. I call it both ways, Tucker. So make sure you go over there and enjoy your gift certificate. You can pick it up from Radio Cayman. All right?
All righty, thank you.
Thank you so much. And the correct answer is, as she said, it's Canada. 36 years since they've qualified for the FIFA World Cup. And Wales is the other country, 64 years. The last appearance in the World Cup was in 1958. Bale is one of my favorite players, so I've got to big up Bale this morning. Sorry they quit so early, but hopefully it wouldn't take them another 58 years for Wales to qualify, nor Canada another 36 years. Tuka, thank you so much for participating this morning on our Business Buzz. So, having said that, it's 21 minutes after 8 o'clock. Let's turn our focus to our guest in the studio once again, Mr. Ben Freeman, CEO of Proven Bank. Now, the proven difference. Fidelity Bank Cayman Limited now has a new name and a new look to match its new ownership by the Proven group of companies. With Proven Bank, you can keep your life and money moving while maintaining all the services that you've come to rely on. You will have access to even more resources with Proven Group's extensive reach across the Caribbean. A member of the Proven Group of Companies, Proven Bank is a financial services company incorporated in the Cayman Islands and is licensed under the Bank and Trust Companies Act as a Category A bank. This license allows the bank to conduct banking operations both in the domestic and international markets. With 2 branches in Grand Cayman, Proven Bank provides services to residents and non-residents, offering financial solutions such as deposit accounts, loans, telephone and internet banking. And joining us on this segment of the Business Buzz is, of course, Mr. Ben Freeman. Ben, once again, good morning.
Good morning, Anita.
I know you had a long way to get what you want to say this morning, but we're going to get to it, all right?
Yeah.
But make sure you enjoy some Tucker restaurants and meals over there, all right?
We'll do so.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Now, Ben, can you give us some background information on how Proven Bank came to acquire Fidelity Bank Cayman Limited?
Well, yes. Again, good morning. Really appreciate you having me here today. So, Proven Group of Companies was founded. It's a Jamaica-based company. It has a big interest in wealth management and banking, and it actually owned a bank called Boswell Bank in St. Lucia. They had a 75% interest in that bank, and they recently purchased 100% interest in that bank as well. And so they have a lot of banking experience. They love the Cayman market. I mean, the country is growing. It's a very high GDP country, very professional orientated. It's a great market to be in. And so they explored different options and Cayman Fidelity Bank, Bahamas, was the owner of Fidelity Bank in Cayman, and they were looking to sell the organization. And so Proven took the opportunity to acquire the bank back in February, and it's been an exciting time since.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
Glad to have you on board. Now, before I get to you personally, let me ask now, who is the Proven Group, and do you have? I'm going to bite my lip saying this, but obviously you have other group operations throughout the Caribbean as well.
Yes. Okay. So the Proven Group, the Wealth Management Group has operations in Bermuda, which isn't really the Caribbean, of course, and BVI in Jamaica and Cayman Islands. The CEO of the Wealth Management Group is Simona Watkins. She's based here in Cayman. And they offer investment services. If you want to invest in savings plan, get a a financial plan, they have the expertise to be able to do that for you around the Caribbean. They also have a properties management company. They invest in properties. They're investing in properties in Cayman Islands and Jamaica and different markets. And they buy to sell, and they also buy to invest and get returns. And they do a lot in the capital market side of the business as well. So if you're a corporation looking to restructure your debt, or you're a corporation looking just to get some financing, they can arrange that as well. So they have a broad breadth of knowledge, and they're called Proven Group because they've proven themselves. The founders of the company have been in finance for a very long time, and the chairman in Cayman is Gary Sinclair, and Gary has a wealth of knowledge, and that's how I was brought into the company. Gary and I worked together at Cable and Wireless for years, and I have a tremendous amount of respect for him and his ability. And so, when they acquired Proven, they approached me. I happened to be here working for Cable and Wireless, and they asked whether I'd be interested in the role. And the more I researched the bank and saw the opportunities here for a bank that offers highly personalized service, I thought this is a great opportunity, so I came over.
And that's a good segue to what is exactly your role as a CEO for Proven Bank, Ben?
Yeah, so for me, it's all about the people. And so we have 60 staff in Cayman, and for me, it's about energizing the people, getting people in the right roles, and particularly on the customer services side. So like I said earlier, we want personalized service. And what I'm hearing talking to a lot of customers, corporate customers, law firms, accountancy firms, individuals, is that they miss talking to a human being when they're banking. It's an old-fashioned requirement. People like to be able to call Ben, or to call Katie, who's in our corporate group, or Adrini, who's in our retail group. They like dealing with individuals. And when I talk to customers, the feedback of those individuals is always very good. They always have warm feelings. So as leader, I want to bring out that potential of the interaction with our people and improve the processes and systems that allow them to support the customers in a very professional way.
How is it going so far?
It's going well. I've been in the role for 6 months now. I mean, it's a big transition. So Bahamas, who owned the business before, really wasn't looking to invest and grow the business. So, for example, my first 2 days in the business, I walked outside our front door and I looked to my left and I saw an ATM, and it was just looked beaten down. It was just had a sign out on top of it saying, out of service,
Ooh,
and it was really, and so we've ordered new ATMs, so we'll be replacing them. But it was just sort of a symbol of the underinvestment in sort of the systems and processes in the bank. And it doesn't talk to the staff at all. The staff, you can only do what you can with the tools you're given. So
you've retained since acquiring Fidelity. You've retained all your all the current employees and
so we did make a change at the beginning when I joined. So we looked at the leadership team and the requirements, and in order to get the organization closer to the customer, we did have some changes to the staffing at the beginning. We haven't made any changes since I think July. And I've been investing in training of the staff, and again, we're investing in a new banking system that will allow us to offer better online services and support for customers. We have 2 branches when I joined. One was at Fidelity Financial Center, and one was in Dr. Roy's. Our main branch is in Dr. Roy's. And so right now we're refitting the Fidelity Financial Center to house our private and corporate bank, along with our sister company, our wealth management group. And so all the retail banking services are now done downtown. And parking was an issue, but we've really worked on parking, and now we think we've sorted it out. So if you come to Dr. Roy's, look for more parking, because we now have 4 of our own spots, along with the security is like guarding the customer spots, so staff aren't parking there. So it's really it's a little bit better experience for customers now there.
You make this song so exciting, Ben. I want to move banks.
That sounds good. Well, it really is. It really is exciting. And what I really like is that we're approaching it through the human standpoint, that we're not looking to build contact centers or these sort of operational efficiencies. We make credit decisions here on island. We, you know,
on the island.
On the island.
That's
staff,
good to know.
Yeah, so that we can make decisions faster. And so we're getting really good feedback from customers with regards to our lending and how fast we can turn around loans. And so, and the people, the 60 people, they're all in Cayman Islands. So all our staffing is done here. Yeah.
Okay. Nothing is outsourced.
No, nothing's outsourced. We use our Proving Group Shared Services Center to support us. So the business is run here, but we do have a Shared Services Center on operations for our regulatory team, for finance, and they will continue to grow that out to support the business here. But it's not like we're outsourcing jobs out to Jamaica or other markets. The jobs, the 60 jobs that are here now will be here.
Yeah. Ben, we've got to take a break. If you're just joining us, I'm calling him Ben, but you don't call him Ben. You call him Mr. Freeman. Mr. Ben Freeman, he is the CEO of Proven Bank. And from just having this conversation with Ben, they're already proving themselves. We're going to take a quick break. Thanks to our sponsors this morning, Cayman Insurance Center and Cayman Medical Supplies.
Now open on the sister island, BRAC Medical Supplies. Everything from over-the-counter items to home care products such as wheelchairs, crutches, bed pads, adult briefs, and PPE items. Friendly, local, loyal, and long-standing service right in the BRAC. BRAC Medical Supplies. Call today at 948-2228. Better yet, come see us. We are located right next to the Alexander Hotel. The Board of Trustees of the Chamber Pension Plan invites our members to attend the annual general meeting on December 7th at 6:30 p.m. The meeting will be held at the Chamber of Commerce Boardroom in Governors Square. Come out to meet our trustees, receive performance updates, and take part in our question and answer segment. The National Pensions legislation strongly recommends that all pensions contributors and retirees remain involved and informed on their pension plans. Refreshments will be served. Please visit our website, chamberpension.ky, or email admin@pensions.ky for further details. The Cayman Islands Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan. We're here for you.
Radio Cayman News.
Traffic delays were reported to Radio Cayman this morning after a three-car smash on Shamrock Road near Spot.
Special meeting of Parliament is scheduled for tomorrow morning to select a new Speaker of the House.
I've made a decision with my family. I'm not running the next time.
It is disappointing that only 3 of the 13 recommendations have been implemented.
Radio Cayman. Your voice, your choice for today's biggest news.
Business Boss. Anita Khan.
28 minutes until 9 o'clock until we bring you headlines. Susan's got some sweet music lined up for you on the breakfast session following that. But in the meantime, we're in the studio on the Business Buzz, the second segment. We're speaking to Mr. Ben Freeman. He is the CEO of Proven Bank. And if you missed our discussion earlier as we started, Fidelity Bank Cayman Limited has now a new name, new face, new match, new everything, and they're doing just great. Ben, good morning again. You know, I hope you don't mind me calling you Ben.
No, not at all. Everybody calls me Ben. You know, I try to get people call me Mr. Ben sometimes.
Mr. Ben.
I say just Ben, please.
No, it's Cayman. I've grown to love that. I'm Miss Anita. So I'm Miss Anita to you, so you know. And we've got Miss Susan and Miss Jessica. Good morning, Jessica. Jessica's here to support Ben this morning as he comes in here. Now, Proven Bank. What are some of the main services offered at Proven Bank?
Well, I think the easiest way to think of it is like a savings and loan bank. So we take deposits and we offer savings and checking accounts, and people can get debit cards and credit cards and term deposits, of course. So if you want to save money over a longer period of time, we offer very attractive rates for corporations and individuals. We also then when we take on deposits, then we do two things with it. One is we invest in high grade securities like AAA types of bonds and government bonds to be conservative in terms of our balance sheet management. But we also loan the money, so we offer lending, so personal loans. So if you're looking to just consolidate some of your debt, for example. You might have overextended in credit cards or other ways. We offer some personal loans. We offer mortgages. That's really our sweet spot. So residential mortgages.
Sweet spot.
Yeah, exactly. So we're seeing, the market has increased quite significantly here. So it's sometimes hard for people to buy that first home, but we want to be the bank that you come to if you're looking to buy a first home, because you're dealing with us locally here, we know our customers deeply. And we're the ones making the decision, so we can give it a little bit more time to assess somebody who might have within their financial situation. So, look, a lot of the mortgages that we're seeing are between, let's say, even above $1 million right now because of the market is growing. But I think, the market will continue to grow. Talking to a lot of relocation firms, accountancy firms, law firms, the reality is a lot of people are moving to Cayman. And a lot of people who are moving to Cayman, they're in a good financial position, and therefore I think that's going to continue to drive the market up quite a bit. One of the challenges for people now is higher interest rates. So interest rates are rising. Most people in Cayman choose a variable rate mortgage. What it means is that when interest rates change, particularly in the U.S., most rates are tied to the prime rate in the U.S. As they rise, your mortgage costs rise. So it is a challenge for people right now. And so I ask people who are listening, look, if you're having any financial challenges, whoever your bank is, go early to your financial institution. Talk to your financial advisor there, your account manager, and be open and honest about the challenges you may face. And because banks can help you restructure, redo your mortgage. Let's say you had a 15-year mortgage. Maybe you can extend it to a 25-year mortgage, and therefore your payments might go down to help you through this challenging time of high inflation and rising interest rates. I mean, interest rates are going to continue to rise slower, but you can anticipate that they're going to rise at least another 100 basis points or 1% over the next few months based on most of the forecasts right now. So people, they're a challenge. So if you're a Proven Bank customer, please come to us and we'll engage you in that conversation to help.
Hope they're listening, and they will take your advice. Now, Ben, you did speak about why acquisition, how that happened.
Yes.
But just a little bit more in detail, if you could talk about that, and just talk a bit about the rebranding transition.
Okay. Yes. Of course. Yes. So no, the acquisition was really the Proven Group really has two sides to the business. One was a private equity side. So private equity is you buy a company and you invest in the company, and then in 3 to 7 years you try to sell it for a profit, either in the stock market or you do it through a private sale. But the other side of the business is this wealth management banking group. And Proven's ambition is to have, a Bank of America of the Caribbean, really a locally owned bank. Throughout the Caribbean, most of the banks are owned, their big Canadian banks are here. We have RBC, Scotiabank, First Caribbean. And so they're looking to create this sort of banking enterprise. And Cayman was the first stop here. Once we get this right, once we get the St. Lucia Bank in the right direction as well, then we'll look at other opportunities over time. So that was the ambition. So we rebranded Proven Bank. The name of the bank will be Proven Bank across the Caribbean. So St. Lucia is currently Basel Bank will be rebranded as Proven Bank. So we start to rebrand. So if you go to Dr. Roy's, it will be Proven Bank on the doors, Proven Bank on the windows, Proven Bank inside, Proven Bank on my shirt, as you can see. So everybody has new shirts, and so that's the name of the bank. And our forms we're converting them all from Fidelity to Proven Bank. The Fidelity name. It has a lot of legacy, right? So it's not always easy to do rebranding and to change the name of a company. Basel Bank as well in St. Lucia, they also have a big affinity to their name. But based on my experience, having one name to an organization across a wider swath of business is really efficient. And over time, brands become part of you as well. I remember when I joined Cable and Wireless, it was Lime. right? And it was just starting out. It was so hard for people to say Lime versus, cable and wireless. And then over the years, now people will say Lime still rather than Flow.
I
right?
still say cable and wireless.
Yeah, yes, exactly. So it's, there's some, it takes time but it takes time to drop a branding affinity, and it takes time to fall in love with another brand. And so we started the process with Proven Bank. And we'll be, you'll see in Fidelity Financial Center, we're refitting out that there, and then you'll see some rebranding done at that location as well. And then we have the Move With Us campaign, which is really saying, look, a couple of things. One is the hula. You notice the advertisement.
It's on your website.
Which is really.
I wondered about that.
Yeah. So the hula hoops are really just showing. Look, your financial situation in life always is changing. It's always moving. It's fluid. Sometimes you're employed, then the next you might be unemployed, and then you might have a new job, or you might not have kids. Then you have kids, and you have to think about their future. You're approaching retirement, so your financial situation in life is very personal to the individual, and it's also always changing and moving. So that's the hula hoop, and it's come move with us. We want our existing customers to come with this new proven brand and a proven approach, and we want new customers to come move with us. Come to Proven Bank and bank with us
your way right
and give us a chance. And like I said, you'll be able to talk to a person. One thing I can guarantee you'll be able at Proven Bank when you call the bank, we'll be able to talk to a human being there.
So you actually have someone who will answer the phone, Ben.
So we're working on that. So we have, for example, that's one area that we know we can improve, and so we're working on our process of how we respond to emails. For example, rather than emailing, we have a general group email address that we get one person looks at. So every day you can go through all the emails to make sure you're responding to customers. And I personally walk through the bank more than a couple times a week. It's almost every day these days. And just talk to the staff and say, what do we need to do to get back to customers? Are customers coming in saying they haven't received phone calls back? And so we're looking to improve that. And we do think the new banking system will also, through automation, will help us to improve some of those processes. On the credit card side of the business, the previous owner was printing the credit cards in Panama, so Fidelity Bahamas. And so the process was we'd send an order to Bahamas, they would send the instructions to Panama, print the card, we'd go back to Bahamas, and then come to Cayman.
Wow.
And if you use common sense, you're like, boy, that's going to take a long time to get a credit card. And sure enough, it took 4 or 5 weeks. And so we've hired a consultant who's reviewing that. They're printing the cards again back in Bahamas. And so we expect big improvements in the ability to deliver credit cards and debit cards to customers within a matter of days. And we're going to ship cards much more frequently. So those are the sorts of processes. Nothing gets fixed overnight when you go through a transition like this. But those are the sorts of processes we're going to work really hard to get right for the customers. And look, and if we don't get it right, I always say to people, call me. I hand out my card.
You guys hear that?
And people call me, and I fix
Ben.
it. Call Ben.
Mr. Ben.
Call Ben, and I fix it. So, recently we've had that where we've had some technical challenges, and when things went wrong on the customer notification, I said, call me, email me if you have any feedback or anything I can do for you.
So, Ben, at this time, why Proven? Why Proven Bank? Why now?
Yeah, so I think it's, like I said earlier, I think it's as simple as we're going out in the market, we're talking to customers, and we really want that personal experience. If you want to be able to call somebody in a bank and you know who you're calling, then you want to deal with us, because that's the organization we're creating and we're going to have for the future.
Okay, Susan just got a question from a caller.
Okay.
Does Proven have, what was that question? Open your mic, Sue. Okay. First-time buyers of land and property period. Is that correct? Yeah? Okay, so do you have any deals? Oh, deals. Well, deals, Ben.
Well, what we do, one thing is we do land loans. I want to make that clear. So we do land loans, and like I said before, residential mortgages.
What financing?
So we require 20% deposit. They call it loan to value.
Right.
We require 20% deposit, and that's to protect depositors and from if the markets right now is rising, but of course markets come, they rise and they fall. So we require 20%. And what we're doing is for customers, early next year we're going to be implementing some savings programs where customers can save to invest. So, and we'll give a higher rate of interest than we do on typical savings accounts. So they can accumulate up to $3,000, and then through our sister company, they can then invest that in U.S. equities, etc. The reality is, the earlier you invest in life, the better you will be in the long run. An example is when I went for my MBA in New York, working for a bank called Manufacturers Hanover Trust Company. Back in the day, Manny Handy. It's now J.P. Morgan through all the mergers. But I was issued for my MBA. They gave me a gift of like $300 worth of their stock, and I just kept that. That was in 1990. I kept that. I reinvested in dividend reinvestments, and now that stock is worth about $15,000. And I did nothing with it. It was just early on, it sat there. And so it's powerful to save money now for the long run, especially when you're young. I know it's harder when you're younger, but it's really powerful. So we're going to implement that product. And then a higher yielding savings account for people who just want to save for a rainy day. Because as you can see here, you never know if inflation will hit you. You never know if the job market will change, etc. So you have to prepare for those times.
Okay. Thanks to our sponsors this morning with the Business Buzz, Cayman Insurance Center and Cayman Medical Supplies. Brack Medical Supplies now open in Cayman Brack. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue our discussion with Mr. Ben Freeman, CEO of Proven Bank.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
And for 45 years, we have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future.
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance
or protecting your family's household investment.
From our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-7229.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center,
specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise at Cayman Insurance Center.
Call today.
At Kirk's Home Center, we can make your life much better. We got it all together. We got a great deal in store for you. From cookware to stereos, from power tools to plumbing supplies. Yeah, we got the best goods with the best price and a service to make you smile. At Kirk's Home Center, we got a great deal in store for you.
Williams Productions is proud to bring you the 2022 New Year's Eve Gospel Concert, West Hampton. And Adam Crabb. Live from First Baptist Church on Crew Road. Tickets $25 pre-sold, $35 at the gate. Get your seating today at Funky Tanks and Christian Enlightenment Center. Funds raised will help support the Cayman Islands Crisis Center. West Hampton.
And he walks with me.
And Adam Crabb.
Sometimes he's water.
Live December 31st, 6:30 p.m. First Baptist Church. Tickets available at Funky Tanks and Christian Enlightenment Center. Proudly sponsored by the Ministry of Tourism and Transport, Cayman First, DMS Organization, Tony's Toys, Ministry of Youth, Sports, Culture and Heritage, Praise 87.9, Valumed Pharmacy, Hides and Sons, Mykonos, Health City, Radio Cayman, and the Office of the Premier.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
We're speaking with Mr. Ben Freeman, CEO of Proven Bank. So Ben, good morning again.
Morning. You know what? I need to give a shout out to I need to give a shout out to my wife, so I'm not in trouble. So
please do.
Shout out to my wife, Sherry Spencer. I love you.
What's your name? Sorry.
Sherry.
Sherry.
Sherry, I love you. So anyway, I got that. At least I'm okay with the wife.
No, we want to take care of that. Good morning, Sherry, if you're listening. You know, you should have been here next to Ben. We would have loved to have you in the studio. That way he wouldn't have to, worry about, what he's doing wrong. But anyway, glad you got it out there, Sherry. Good morning. Now, on the Business Buzz, we cover just about everything. We cover all the small businesses, corporation, we do nonprofits, and we just love what we do here. Susan is our producer, and she puts it all together, and I have the opportunity to sit across from wonderful guests like you and hear so much about the business. Now, Ben, I know you've had your work cut out for you since you've started this mission. I got to call it a mission. Now, has it been easy? I mean, this transition.
No, I don't. It hasn't been easy. I mean, it's been a lot of work to get done, but it's very fulfilling. I mean, I love the staff. Staff have really been extremely welcoming to me. Mm-hmm. It's made a big difference for me, and the Proven Group management team has been extremely supportive as well. But what I found in my career anyway is that the hardest things you do in your career that you're able to overcome are always the biggest benefit to you as a person. So, no, it has been challenging. I'm looking forward to Christmas vacation. So I went right from my cable and wireless role, very busy, stepping into this role at Proven Group. But it's been really fulfilling, and I'm really happy to be part of the family over at Proven Bank now.
You make it sound like a family bank, a family affair, Ben.
It is.
And that's amazing.
It is. My favorite part is walking around saying good morning to everybody and seeing how they're doing, and I really enjoy that, and I hope that that's the type of organization. I want to be a good place for people to work, and that's why we're working so hard, because the bank had not been profitable for a very long time, and if you have an organization that isn't profitable, it falls into itself. So you can't invest in the people, and you can't invest in making things better for customers, because the owners, of course, if you own a business, if you're losing money, then you don't want to, it's hard to go to somebody and say, let's give pay raises, or let's buy a new system, or let's refit out the offices to make it nicer for people. But we've turned the corner on that, so we've been profitable the last 3 months, and our profitability continues to rise. And so partly helped by increased interest rates, but really helped by the staff stepping up and bringing in more business. And we've also focused on our operational efficiencies as well. And we have a ways to go, but I think we've taken certainly the first big step in creating, I really want to be the best bank in Cayman, and eventually the best bank in the Caribbean. That's my ambition.
I hear you, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Wish you all the best. Now, as CEO of Proven Bank, how imperative is it to build on the bank's legacy? Now, you've acquired from somebody else.
Yes.
So I'm not sure if you want to follow in that that legacy, but how important is it to follow that, and with regards to acceleration of growth and to deepen the support for customers and of course the wider community?
Yeah, so I think it is very important. I mean, to be honest, and we were saying this at the break, is when I lived in Cayman before, working for Cable and Wireless for 3 years, from 2012 to 15, and then I came here in March of 21, and I'd never heard of Fidelity Bank. I'm just being honest with you. I'd never heard of it. I worked for FCIB for years, for about 4 years, and I had been in the Caribbean, living here for about 12 years, and I'd never heard of it. So one thing I want to do is make sure we are more visible in the market. But the legacy Fidelity is really that personal service, and that's what I want to continue. But I think by investing in people, investing in our systems and processes, that it will build upon that legacy of personal service. And I think the former CEO, Brett Hill, and his team, they really engage people. They had deep relationships with customers, and I want to, take on those deep relationships and hopefully build that trust with them, with this new management team. and also bring in new customers to build that deep relationship with those customers. And so I think it is important, but the reality is that, you know, the world changes, right? And you need to change with the world. You know,
right.
It's adapt or die sort of a situation, and so we do need to change with change with the times. But I really believe that the frustration, I don't know, as a consumer myself, when I call a company and something goes wrong and you can't talk to a person to resolve your issues, it's very frustrating. And I think that, look, we won't get everything right, and we'll continue to try to improve. But when things go wrong, you can talk to a person, and we will do everything we can to get that done. At least, at minimum, you know who to yell at. You know, you can call me and say, "Ben, I'm really upset with you." And so I think it is important to respect the legacy, but you need to grow with the future, and we're going to continue to do that. Now, there's a lot of decoupling required still. Like all our IT systems are housed out of the Bahamas. Our finance is a lot of finance is done out of the Bahamas, so we're transitioning those back to Cayman or to some of the operations we have in Jamaica as well. So there's work to be done. So in a sense, for the next year, 18 months, we still are close to the parent company because they provide services. And I will say is that parent company has been very supportive of the transition. So Gowan, who's the CEO there, I reach out to him and talk to him if things aren't going perfect, and they're responsive and they're very helpful. They see themselves as having a legacy in the Fidelity Bank here in Cayman, and making sure that the new owners, the staff, and the company found a new home, and that we can, because of our strategy, invest and grow this business. So I'm very pleased by that, because it's very helpful to get things moving the way we want to.
And you said something that's singing in my brain: invest in people. Now, what's your management style?
So for me personally, I met with all the staff individually when I arrived. So that was very important to get to know them, and they get to know me and understand the direction of the bank. So I'm very hands-on that way, but I believe in empowering people and giving them the ability to make their own decisions, make their own successes, and to make their own mistakes, because that's the way it is. So we've introduced sales training, for example. The staff hadn't had sales training for a long time, so I got them weeks of sales training. We'll continue to do things like that. I think the salary structure, we haven't had pay rises, I think, in 3 years when I arrived there. And so there are a number of staff that I want to try to, through profitability, be able to say, okay, yeah, let's start raising people's salaries and their compensation, or give them incentives so they can make a better living. And you can't do that if the company is not financially sound. You can't do that if the company is not financially profitable. And so the fact that we're turning the corner on that affords us the opportunities to invest in those people.
Oh, very nice. Ben, I feel like we can sit here all morning and chat, but we have to make way for the news.
And thanks, Anita. This was great.
My time finishes. Let's see, 8:50. Otherwise, Susan will have my head. But before we let you go, can you recap on some of the main points that you'd like to leave with our listeners this morning?
Well, we're changing the company, so we're now Proven Bank. We were Fidelity Bank. We are going to stick with a very highly personalized service for customers, and we're going to continue to invest in the bank, which hasn't been invested in many years. We're going to have new ATMs. We're going to refit our offices. We're rebranding all of our supplies and all of our signage to improving parking. You know, I was personally walking through the parking lot, trading parking spots with other tenants, which was great, which was really nice. They were very cooperative. But improving those services. And we're only on our beginning of our journey. So I just want customers to understand that. Look, the bank hasn't been invested in a long time, and we're beginning that process now. And new banking systems, it takes time to get those introduced and to get them right. And we're going to take the time needed to make sure that it's going to work for our customers. And so they have better online banking services. We're a new website, so a website should go online this week at provenbank.com. So keep an eye out for that. And that will be a simpler website with the information you need to understand the bank better. And so those are the sorts of improvements that we've started and will continue.
Any incentives for potential new customers?
Yeah, so what we're doing is we're going out into the market and talking particularly to certain HR departments. And we're for customers who are new to the island, we're beginning to offer relocation loans to make it easier for them to get on island. Well, because I've moved many times in my career, and I know how hard it is, especially if it's a different country. You need to open a bank account. We're going to try to make it easier for people to do that, for people to get auto loans and to get just some money in the bank account. Sometimes it's as simple as that, so you can go to the grocery store a little bit easier than using the high-fee credit cards you might have to pay locally here. So we're doing that, and also first home buyers. We really, if you're a first home buyer, you buy some property, come to us because we really want to support the local community, especially people in Cayman that it's getting very expensive. So we're offering. We really like to give good offers to people buying their first home as well.
Okay, contact details.
Yes, so just you can email me at bfreeman@weareproven.com. Or you can call our customer service at 949-7822. Or you can email customer service, all one word, at provenbank.com. But feel free, really, anybody out there, feel free to email me and I'll get you to the right person. And then if you don't get to the right person, email me again.
Okay, Ben Sherry's listening, right? Correct?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. I'm going to ask you, so she can hear, what's on your wish list?
Oh, for Christmas?
Yes, Christmas wish list.
Oh my goodness! I definitely need new pajamas. I can tell you that. Like, she's sick of seeing me in my old ratty pajamas. So we'll go with that. I think that will be good. I need a new computer bag actually. So she's been after me. She's given me her list, and it's a long list.
Well, she's got yours now, right?
I'm due to give her my list as well. Yes. Okay. So
Ben, it's been a pleasure having you in the studio this morning, and hopefully you'll come back and give us an update when you've done all your hard work. You jump over those hula hoops.
Yeah, after holidays. I'm looking forward to my holiday.
Thank you so much. You've been listening to the Business Buzz, and we just, first segment this morning, I want to say thanks to Ms. Debbie Vanderbilt of Pure Art Gallery and Gifts, and you just heard from Mr. Ben Freeman, CEO of Proven Bank. And I want to say thank you so much to our sponsors. Without you, we could not do the buzz. Cayman Insurance Center, thank you. Cayman Medical Supplies, and don't forget, Brack Medical Supplies, now open in Cayman Brack. Thanks to our listeners, our YouTube viewers, our producer of the buzz, Ms. Susan, thank you so much. Until Thursday, December 8th, when we bring you another Business Buzz, please stay safe. Have a wonderful day. From me, your host, Anita Can. Goodbye.
You are listening to Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.